Yeah, man. You know, it's not racism. It's tough love. You know what I'm saying? It's love and it's tough love. And it's family. You know, and you know it's important to understand. Everybody. Go to. Just write this down. Type it in, man. I take notes every day. You know, every day. But write down the Eve gene. I learned about this years ago, but write that down, the Eve gene. Research that, the Eve gene. You know, there was a Discovery Channel, a banned Discovery Channel documentary called The Real Eve. All a whole documentary dedicated to the African people, the people of African ancestry of the planet. Um, a whole documentary dedicated to people of African ancestry, about how we are the original people of the planet and how every race sprawled out of and transmutated, out of black people. If you pay attention, African people look like every people on the planet. If you really pay attention, I look like a brother that could be in the Dominican Republic or could be, Puerto Rican or any of that. But you could clearly see my hair. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you have African people that truly have Asiatic features, but are highly melanated, highly melanated with Asiatic features, and you have whole Discovery Channel banned documentaries dedicated to the African people of the land, and we do not know these things. Banned, because these things it was banned. But this is why I constantly talk about white racism supremacy and it being a reality and a worldwide reality. It's something that is went a whole nother level to the media and television. Think about what I'm saying. A banned Discovery Channel documentary. You know, very important. When I was young, I come home and I watch Bill Nye the Science Guy, and I could learn things from Bill Nye the Science Guy, along with me just getting out of school and me learning very, very advanced things at a young age, pH levels and Big Bang theories or whatever, protons and neutrons, electrons, coming home and watching Bill Nye the Science Guy. And now when kids come home and they look at Discovery Channel, they're seeing future weapons, you know. And it's very interesting how America has attempted to make, killing a culture, killing normalizing murder. You have all these movies and 30 people die in the damn movies, get straight shot up, shot down, you know. This is what is implanted into our minds, and this is why we end up being non-responsive to so much when it happens out here because we're so used to seeing the shit happen in movies. It's like, and we're so used to seeing these things also happen in our American literature and education and classes that when it happens here in real life, it's it's totally almost fiction to us, you know. So it is, and it's like as long as it doesn't touch my family, it's fiction to us. It's a movie, and this is one of the greatest crimes to numb the spirit, the connected spirit of the the ancient people and all the just the people, you know, to numb and disconnect the spirit and dehumanize us in that way where, I mean, And along with all these movies, like it's crazy how I was watching The Expendables on Netflix not too long ago, and it was just so much killing. Man, I turned off The Expendables within, and this was The Expendables 2, because I've never seen the first one. You know what I'm saying? So I turned it off, man, and I couldn't have been 20 minutes into that movie, man, and I was just like yucked and psyched out by the fact that they put so much murder in this movie, and you have men like, yeah, Sylvester Stallone, yeah, it's so cool and shit, and it's sick. It is truly sick. And we don't stop to analyze these things, man, and it's so serious, you know. So when I talk about racism, I'm speaking from a point where, if you understand history, and that's why I brought up the Eve gene, and the people of African ancestry being the original people, being the eldest people, being the most ancient people of the planet. When I speak in those terms, if you understand that, then you'd understand that white people are what we call white people. The European people of the land. The European man, the European woman are the youngest group of people on the planet. So therefore, we are at, we would be at extreme, and we are high. It's a highly flammable situation if you just take in a Western European perspective. Only a xenophobic, which happens to be, is very xenophobic, to other cultures. It's very endangering to our awareness, and it's very endangering to, just one's wholeness, to just taking a European perspective and European education, and that is what's going on with America, with so many dynamics of straight up European psychology, on every race and every perspective and culture, by way of television, media, Hollywood, education, things of these manners, you know. So, it's very interesting, along with the Olivia Popes in the first 48s, and along with Lock Up, and Being Single with Mary Jane. I don't know if being Single with Mary Jane is still on TV, but it's crazy because whenever they want to cross the line, they use a black face for it. They use the African face for it. They try to disgrace our face. This whole Obama thing, like I try to make people understand. I try to get people to understand that the whole Obama complex is nothing but a play on the true African male, on myself, and the rest of these wonderful brothers out here that know and understand better, and it's truly something to attempt to fuck our face up, because the European man knew and understood that no matter what and who is going to be president within these next 4 to 8 years, that this economy and all this was going to be in shambles. So you could have put a Mexican there, a woman there, it didn't matter, and there would be these same type of things going on. So it's all about casting and shedding this blame off, eluding this blame and evading this blame, so we can feel good about this shit. So we don't have, don't nobody have to say nothing else. That's what it's all about. And you